What's up everyone? Welcome back to Golf Simulator videos. We're back today with what I would consider maybe one of the more anticipated videos in the channel because we're here with TruGolf Apex Golf Simulator software to show you course play. So when I first showed the TruGolf Apex Golf Simulator software, yes, there were some previews from the PGA Merchandise Show, but I only had practice and bag mapping and club fitting, some awesome practice and game improvement features, but so many people want to know, when are we going to get courses? Well, this is your first look and sneak peek. The public release is slated for next week. So when you're watching this video, the plan right now is to slate it out for next week for public. So it's finally here. What's cool is I mean, today I'm using the TruGolf Apogee Golf Launch Monitor. That's a camera-based infrared ceiling mounted system, but this is going to connect to all the various launch monitors they had before as far as connectivity goes. I had that as a very popular question from a lot of people as well. But let's just dive right in. If you guys are looking to purchase any home or commercial golf simulator equipment, as always, feel free to email me. I pin it to the top of the comments and put it in the description. I mean, I've got everything from coupon codes to partners to DIY packages I can help you, figure out all that stuff. Always help everyone when they inquire, and it's enjoyable too. So let's go ahead and take down my video because I want to be able to show you the whole user interface, because we actually are under Play Golf right now, and I have metrics over to the side. You can't really pay attention to them because I'm the guy that's out there messing around just hitting an iron off of a par 5, to test things out. So it's funny looking at like average carry and total and stuff, and total shots hit 10,000. I actually have not hit 10,000, so I don't know even where that's from. So we'll have to ask them about being able to clear a cloud out and start fresh once it's the full version. I'm assuming it's probably just my version. But let's go ahead and go to select course, and you'll see premium courses: Pebble Beach, Teeth of the Dog, Lofoten. I'm really excited to show you Teeth of the Dog. Actually, there's a par 3 next to the ocean. You really got to pay attention to the water in this new engine that they're using. But you have premium courses up top. You also have these on demand. I will show you an on demand before we're done. They're talking about releasing hundreds of them a month. So it's going to be just tons of courses. But once you select a course, you have golf, scorecard, and settings. So scorecard, settings, I have everything pretty much set up, ready to go. I put the gimme circle way down, and I did that on purpose because, I mean, 3 might be a little ridiculous, but whatever. I want to be able to show you guys not just a shot down there. I want to show you putting into the gimme circle. It's kind of cool how it lights up. Once you select your holes, you'll hit Play Golf. Now pay attention to this. I'm going to hit this, and I'm on hole number 1. And that's because I already was out here playing. And once you load a session, it stays loaded until you're on the next session, like a different course, and it's really cool. You go add someone or start over, and it's ready to go. So let's jump around before I put my camera back up there. We'll just look at hole number 1. Look at hole number 2. It's actually a really cool par 5. Look at the buildings, look at the graphics, the grass, everything. It definitely is a unique look. I can't say that I have recognized a lot of software that has a look like this. It's just very unique is the best way to describe it. And I'll do a flyover here as well. This will probably be a perfect one to do it. In the lower right, you can see where it says camera fly through. Let's look at the ocean. And then when I go to Teeth of the Dog, like I said, you'll be able to look real close as well. But you got rocks here, some trees and bushes and everything. It's just a really unique look overall. So I'm excited to see where they can go with this long term, not just right now. Hole number 6, that incredible par 5, has some nice detail off in the distance with the rocks. And then when you go to hole number 7, I'm going to put my camera up and we're going to hit some shots. I want you to pay attention to everything here as well. I'm going to grab a 54 degree. I do like how the hills in the distance are not just slated like flat. They actually have some dimension to them. You can actually see it's kind of like trees out there, so it's cool to have the distant detail. A little sign here with different types of length grasses and stuff, so good detail there. I also like the tee box has some 3D grass, but it's not sticking up too tall. It's kind of just giving it some dimension. Balls sitting down there like it would on a par 3. So let's go ahead and just grab this 54 and hit one down there. Hopefully that's somewhat realistic distance, should be. Oh yeah, gives us a little putt. Did you look at the water when you're down there? Now I am covering up the video replay for the launch monitor, which is pretty cool, but you could check out my video on the TruGolf unit all separately if you want. But check this out. So I'm going to grab a putter. And you have the blue grid down there, which is giving you kind of the left, right, and uphill, downhill. And you can see I'm 11 feet, 2 inches, 1.7 inches downhill, so nothing crazy. I have to aim a little bit right because it's, you can change that too, from like dots to kind of the moving or no line at all. That's all in the options. And maybe we'll go over the options, you know, in this video briefly if I have time. We can go in depth at some point as well. But let's aim a little bit right. And this is probably about a 10-foot putt. Check out the gimme circle. Ooh, so it lights up when it's in the gimme circle, and I actually made the putt. So it was cool to be able to see that go in the cup as well. And then of course, I just, you know, finished this hole, and it takes us on to the next. So I can't skip back now that I did that. But I feel like that's enough because I want to skip forward and show you guys more. I don't know if it'll let me, check this out. So you can actually, this is what I was talking about that you can see. So it's not just for full swings. So I can actually look at the putter impact as well as from iron. So that's pretty cool. If you want to see how you're hitting the ball on your putter face, you can do that with the Apogee unit. So this is the TruGolf Apogee unit. That's a good video image for sure. And all that analysis is in there. They're coming up with additional club data, which I'll probably cover in a separate video as a whole, but they're going to have club stickers, now adding dynamic lie, dynamic loft, attack angle, all of that. So measured with a sticker, giving additional data versus doing some data without a sticker. So let's go ahead, and I don't need to show every single hole, but I would like to show 18. Because that's right next to the water, and it's just a, I mean, it's a remarkable hole, right? I mean, everybody knows this hole. It's just one of a kind, just like number 7 is. And then we'll go out and we'll play some more as well. So now I'll be able to show you how long it takes. If I just go exit main lobby, return to lobby, select course, teeth of the dog. This time I'm going to clear them out, and I think it's number 5. Let's just look at the scorecard. Yeah, par 3. And then load that up, and you'll see how long it takes to load a course. For how detailed they are, you know, with this new engine, it's not long. I would almost kind of like a loading bar, but based on the loading time, maybe that's not necessary. I mean, you can see how long it loads. Now, this is what I was talking about that I think is just so unique. So check out the ocean here. I just feel like I haven't seen, I almost have to take my camera down again because I don't want to block it. So let me take it down just for a second. So take a look at that ocean and how the waves are crashing down, and almost has that salt look, the way the water's coming up on the beach, you know, the foam or bubbles that generate out of salt water. It was just something that stood out to me that I wanted to point out to you guys. I mean, those are details that I think are important and a lot of people are paying attention to. So it's cool to see that. I mean, it's like I said, it's a unique situation. We can even do a quick flyover just to kind of give you guys a look, but you can see through the ocean water, see the rocks and everything. Oh, what kind of pin is this? Oh my gosh. 118 yards. I don't have wind. Let's mess with the weather a little bit. So let's say that I want to add some clouds. We'll have some clouds populate, and let's say that it's kind of getting a little more towards evening. Let's just slide that a little bit right. Ooh, look at that. That's unique. When the sun gets like that, it changes the colors and everything. And I think the clouds are playing a factor of how much light's coming through. Yeah, check that out. So if you wanted it clear with the sun, you could have it that way. And it still dims it down a little bit, or you can add some clouds. And it's that lighting is impressive, is it not? I mean, I guess I'm just a sucker for those details. You know, I know that the play is obviously very important. It's the most important, but I'm just a sucker for those details. So here we are now on our evening sunset out here at hole number 5 at Teeth of the Dog, and we're going to hit hopefully a light pitching wedge and see if we can get it towards the front of that green. I mean, I want to show putting again, maybe chipping anyway.
Just like Jay drew it up, this should play well.
So did you hear that? Obviously you probably did. That is actually the AI commentary that's available. Now you can turn it to where it does more or less, and you actually fill out a little questionnaire, and as I play golf, and I'll do some full rounds and everything for you guys, you will crack up because you put in these answers to questions, and then she starts saying things that are pretty funny. I'll just leave it at that. We'll just, give you guys a teaser. Maybe we'll hear some as we play. But so what is this? This is 14 feet, almost 15, but it's uphill. Oh, not even an inch, so it's barely uphill. All right, so I almost read that wrong. I almost read that as 0.8 of a foot. So I got to be careful there. Make sure my ball is kind of placed how I like it. And just barely uphill, so play it for 15, 16 feet and aim maybe just a tiny bit left. Man.
Jay has finally found the bottom of the hole. That's what we like to see, folks.
Hey, finally? Come on, give me a break. That was a birdie. So I do think that makes it fun. You can turn it off if you don't want it, but I wanted to show it. I thought that it was important. I did notice that maybe there was a little delay on the sound kind of going in the hole. I might want to bring that to their attention. I'm assuming that that'd be easy to address, but let's do this. Let's go to select course. 2 putts in a row that I made there. I'm kind of proud of myself. All the stimps and everything are different on all these different software. You don't play them enough. Now here's the deal. I don't know if everyone's going to know this course. I'm going to type in Michigan, but I want to give you my feedback. American Dunes, that's an amazing course, but I haven't played it. Donald Ross up at Boyne. I play in the state pro-am here almost every year lately. It's a lot of fun, and I know the course well. So I figured if I'm going to show you an on-demand course, I want to show it to you with real feedback on what I think it looks like. So we're going to jump out here to the Donald Ross, and hole number 1, actually this is hole number 5. And you know what? When I was messing around, I think this is a bug that they have to fix. It actually, since I only had 5 selected on the first one, it leaves it at hole number 5 and not hole number 1 starting you off again. So another piece of feedback I have to share with them. But I remember when I hit my drive this year, I ended up right over here on the right, and it's kind of like this cut grass. The nice part is I ended up hitting an awesome pitching wedge in and ended up making birdie on the first hole. I have to say, things kind of went downhill after that for the weekend. It wasn't that good. But I do like that the tree placement seems to be where it needs to be. The most interesting part about these on-demand courses is they're actually built off of like AI technology. So this looks somewhat similar to this hole. I don't know if it gives the most accurate depiction of this par 3. Just a little different feeling, because what they told me is what they're going to do is they'll generate these and they'll take feedback from users to actually add custom features. So if they say, hey, there's this giant tree and it looks like this, it doesn't look right, they can go in very easily and make adjustments to all these holes. But I will tell you that playing this course several times and then playing it right now, or seeing it right now, it is a very good representation with quality graphics. I do like, and I can actually change my weather again to kind of be more daytime, maybe with some clouds, just so you guys can get a little different feel. So that's kind of a cool sky that you'd see on a Michigan day. It's funny how the rays change though, huh? Like look at that. So the shadows and everything are adjusting because the sun is actually going above. That's really interesting. The sky color is changing. So it's definitely different. And the clouds definitely darken it down. Yeah, look how much darker that gets. I'll just go full overcast. That's really interesting. And I noticed the clouds look different on different courses. And I wonder if that has to do with the on-demand courses having a little different lighting and stuff. I bet you they do. We'll get an answer for you on that. But here's hole number 8, this par 3. I definitely remember this one. Challenging hole. So this is a good example. This is actually a pretty darn good representation. I mean, if this is AI built just off of maps and everything, that is the layout of that water and everything. So it gives me a good feel. Let's see if I can actually hit a shot down there. What is that, an 8-iron? That's downhill a little bit, 166 yards. I don't know if I can get it. Yeah, I got enough green to work with though. So we'll just hit a normal 8-iron that might have a little bit of draw. See if we can get one down there. Oh, what did I do? I hit behind the ball. I don't know if that's gonna be the best, but ooh, I got to see a little bit of reaction there though from it coming off of the rough. Yeah, just hit a little bit behind the ball. And you notice I have the club sticker on for the Apogee's new club data. So if we wanted to, I can show you my little bit of a fat shot there that I took. And we should be able to see, so there's dynamic loft, dynamic lie. I think angle of attack is coming as well. And if we slow it down, you can see, I mean, look, it's a good strike, just a little fat, that marker is being tracked, I'm assuming, with that camera. So let's hit one more putt for you guys. Since we're on a roll here, we might as well see if we can make it, because then you get to see how putting and everything looks. I mean, they have bushes. I mean, for being, like I said, they're gonna have hundreds of courses released every month. These are quality graphics. You know, I'm assuming it's because it's just like mass placed. They said they could change styles of trees and things. So I don't know how much that's gonna happen, whether it be all on, you know, user feedback, or if they're gonna do it sometimes on their own. But what is that, uphill just a couple inches, so it's playing maybe 14 feet, if that. Kind of aim a little to the right here. Give me 3. Oh, just missed it. But you guys got to see.
Jay taps one in from just 2 feet away. That's how you wrap up a successful trip around the course.
It's just random commentary. I mean, it's kind of cool because it's all custom. Like, I don't hear the same thing all the time, other than when I was skipping around one time. It says like Jay's on the tee, and I've heard that multiple times. But it definitely has some unique things that it says as you're going around. So I feel like this is a good first look for you guys. I mean, I have to dive into the software more myself. I'm giving them some feedback on some things that I noticed, you know, whether it be a bug like we may have seen today, and I'm sure they're gonna want user feedback, you know, gathering that from everybody when it gets released to the public. But for an out of the gate, especially these mass-produced courses that you're gonna have so many of, I mean, I like what I'm seeing so far. I really do. I'm interested in what you guys think, though. Comment below your thoughts, questions, what you'd like to see, all that type of stuff. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, stay tuned. There'll be a lot more coming soon.